All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakakodash. And double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere Shalom to you, I can bring out this word in diligence and in truth. And now this lesson was, or slack it, this particular scripture, was brought out by the Dallas Akim last night during their live stream. And it hit heavy in this translation. This is the MSG. But I want to build a lesson, off of it. Hey, so Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. Let's get into it. This is 1 Corinthians 3:11, and it reads, "Remember, there's only one foundation, the one already laid by Yahweh Shai." Right? So understanding that the labors that we're coming into, this is not our truth. Yahweh Shai has allowed us to enter into the truth. We didn't bestow this knowledge upon us. We didn't pick us out of the billions of people of the world. The scriptures talk about how Yahweh Shai could raise up stones. He could raise up rocks, man. So we're to be humble and to build correctly, because we're building upon his foundation. Ultimately, this is all about Yahweh Shai, man. When you understand reincarnation and so on and so on. As the scriptures say, both Psalms 40:7 and Hebrews 10:7. The book is written of him to do thy will, O Yahweh. Lo, he is written within the volume of the book. Right? It says, take particular care in picking out your building materials. And that's what we're seeing, on the righteous side and on the wicked side. Because here, at Great Millstone, we understand we have the 100% truth. Everything has to match up and line up according to scriptures, for it to be 100% truth. But then you're looking at other Israelite groups, who aren't telling you what the MOTB is or don't understand what the MOTB is. And that in itself is going to be a huge test. It's like the hugest test that you be taken through, man. Downward temptation. So if they're not building and equipping you with the tools and understanding to make it out of that trial, to make it out of that, to pass the last test, guess what? They don't have 100% truth. If they're telling you the words of Apostle Paul or the Gospels, which Apostle Paul written or had written, are not the gospel of Yahweh Shai, they don't have the 100% truth, man. If they're telling you could eat anything, like the one nigga that had the Coca-Cola ham and the shrimp, they don't have 100% truth, man. If they're telling you don't need to worship Yahweh Shai, they do not have the 100% truth. So they're not having care or taking particular care in picking out the building materials. Yahweh Shai is very specific when it comes to building. That's why when we look at Yahweh Shai said, I became all things unto all men, right? And when we look at the occupation he had was what? A carpenter. Carpenters have to be very particular in measurement and in material, because everything has to be joint fitting, much like piping and plumbing. If we have a POC or a point of connection, if you're at this existing point of connection and you're trying to propose plans, you have to make sure that your pipe is long enough to fit into that point of connection, that fitting, or else your water is not going to make it to where it needs to go. If you have an electrical line and you're by a circuit, but you're not actually entering that circuit or that power source, you now have electricity that's not going to be powering up to where you need it to be, man. You can't have a hole in between the connection and the power box, so to speak, man. Everything has to be tight-knit. So when we take a look at how even Yahweh Shai had Noah construct the ark, he was very particular into telling Noah what cubits are what, man. Just like he's very particular in us preaching. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Which means we have to be very careful in teaching, man. Because this is not only in teaching to teach Israel, but this is also us getting the blood off our hands. And we have to make sure that we're covered. Teaching the right thing, saying the right breakdowns, understanding the correct breakdowns, or else we're misleading. And you're going to be judged for that. This is Genesis 6 and 12. It says, and Yahweh looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And Yahweh said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And the same is going on today. But that's why the scriptures say this destruction won't be with water, but it's going to be with fire. It says, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Right there. That's specific. Ark had to be made out of a particular wood. The Lord wanted this ark out of gopher wood, man. So he couldn't have went and grabbed a pine. You know? He couldn't have went and grabbed oak or redwood. No. It was particular. For a purpose. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without. It says waterproof when we read in the NLT. Build a large boat from cypress wood, where it said gopher wood. So I'm assuming that's another name of the gopher wood, but it says gopher wood. It says, and waterproof it with tar inside and out, then construct and deck stalls throughout its interior. Right? 15, it says, and this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, and the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. So, he didn't say, 50, make it 32 cubits. He didn't say make it 55 cubits. He didn't say the ark had to be 320 cubits. No, it had to be exact measurements. It says, the window thou shalt make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above, and the door of the ark shalt thou set it in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. Right? And when we read this in NLT, it says, make the boat 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, 45 feet high. Leave an 18-inch opening below the roof all the way around the boat. Put the door on the side, and build 3 decks inside the boat, lower, middle, and upper. Right? So it's very particular. And preaching, you have to be very particular through the Spirit, man. Because these are words, they engraft a word which is able to save your soul. You know? It's going to come into a point in time where the famine of the word is going to be fully in effect. And if the individuals that you are teaching in your congregation do not have the tools to be equipped to fight throughout that time, they not going to make it. And that's going to be your fault because you didn't teach. You still got blood on your hands. Telling Jake that the names of Yahweh Shema Shai don't matter is one of the hugest stumbling blocks, man. Because here, now you got niggas calling on Most High, what they say, Christ and bless some stupid shit like that, man. Like, what? Here it is, you've broken down the name thoroughly. Now you got your congregation saying, the all praises to the Most High in capital letters. You know, just the first letter of all of that. Like, bro, you're not paying attention to how particular Yahweh Shema Shai is. And when you take a look at those that weren't particular, they got messed up. For example, when you take a look at the sacrifices between Cain and Abel. Abel brought the correct sacrifice. Cain knew of the correct sacrifice as well. But what did he do? He chose to sacrifice the wrong thing. He was not particular as the Lord told him to be in sending up those smokes, those perfumes, that oblation unto the heavens. So let's go back to the MSG. This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 13. Eventually there is, I'm going to start back at 12. Take particular care in picking out your building materials. Eventually there is going to be an inspection. Your work is going to be checked. If you use cheap or inferior materials, you will be found out. The inspection will be thorough and rigorous. You won't get by with the thing. Meaning what? You can't cut no corners. You know? And on top of that, every man has to build correctly. Which is also saying Matter of fact, I'm going to grab it in the book of Philippians 2. It's Philippians 2 and verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Right? Obeying. The scriptures say obedience is better than sacrifice. Right? So we're to obey. That's part of our walk, to obey and to say and to teach as Yahweh Bashim Shai declared it to be. It says, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So we have to build understanding, that what we're building, is that spiritual temple. You know, we no longer have a physical one. And the scriptures tell us that ye are the temple. So we have to make sure that we're up to par according to the standards that Yahweh Bashim Shai set, by the specs, that he set, so to speak. It says the inspection will be thorough and rigorous. You won't get by with a thing. If your work passes inspection, fine. Which, when you read it in, matter of fact, I'm going to go there. 1 Corinthians 3 and 11. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 10. According to the grace of Yahweh, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another builded thereon. But let every man take heed how he build thereupon. Exactly. You have to be very careful on how you build it. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahweh Shai. Now, if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest. For the day shall declare it, right? Because it shall be revealed by fire. So this is a temperature test this is a materials testing lab, basically, man. This is a materials testing lab, and it's trial by fire. That's the particular test. It says, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. If any man's work abide which he hath built thereon, he shall receive a reward. See, it don't say that in the MSG, but it's a reward. It just said, oh, it's fine. No, there's a reward for completing and doing exactly what Yahweh Bashim Shai said. And we're trying to get that reward, man. We're fighting for that reward. We want to make sure that we're building the Lord's house by the standard in which he set, and so that we may receive the prize, man. It's like these other camps, they're trying to do their own thing to try to establish their righteousness over the righteousness of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Which is like, bro, like, do you understand what this truth is about? You can't save yourself. How the hell are you trying to exalt your mission over the mission? That's completely foolish. And you know what the Lord does to men that do that? He judges them, man. Harsh judgment. You didn't set this up for yourself. Jake don't have no fear. And that's the problem. You should be in fear of Yahweh Bashim Shai, the healthy fear. It says, if any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. Right? Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? Right? So it speaks about not defiling that temple, which takes understanding, and work. It says, if it doesn't, your part of the building will be torn out and started over, but you won't be torn out. You'll survive, but just barely, right? Now, another particular, now I'm not going to get into all of it because it's quite lengthy, because the standards and specs of both the temple and the altar, when we go into the book of 2nd Chronicles, the 3rd and the 4th chapter, those are instructions on how to build. The candlestick had to be a certain way. The altar had to be set up by certain cubits. Everything had to be by a standard, like when you look at an architectural drawing, right? Really, though, the scriptures is set up as an architectural plan or engineering plan on how to construct, what the Lord wanted, how he wanted the altar constructed, how he wanted the temple constructed. Everything had to be in the increments and the scale in which he wanted it. Anything outside of it, it was wrong. So be careful how we're building. Be careful how you're building, man. And understand what you're building, belongs into Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So don't half-ass it, because he understands the intents of the heart. You got to be sincere in your building, and you have to build correctly. If your particular job is to pour cement, quote unquote, then what are you doing out there, with another job? You're supposed to do what the Lord gave you, really, and more, because you're supposed to multiply them talents. But nevertheless, man, it's about building correctly, and you can't build with leaven. So I just wanted to bring this quick lesson, to the body. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash, and double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.